Mostly clear tonight, low 53. Sunny tomorrow, high 77. Mostly clear tomorrow night, low 54. Sunny on Wednesday, high 80. Clear Wednesday night, low 55. Thursday, sunny, high 83. Friday, sunny, high 85.
Hey, sports fans, huddle up. It's time for the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, a weekly football show with the high school head coaches at Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln counties, along with the Center College head coach and UK football coach. The Pigskin Report, brought to you by Pizza Hut in Harrodsburg. Earn free pizza with Hut Rewards. State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Job Master Rental, let them help master your job. CC Auto Parts and Service, an Auto Value Certified Service Center. Now, with the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, here are your hosts, Rick Schobel and Joe Mathis.
And good evening from the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut, home of the, what is it, Joe?
I got a Skittle in my mouth right now.
I know, you
asked me a question as I put a Skittle in my mouth.
Oh, I was waiting, yeah.
We have a large 3-topping for $11.99. I think a large specialty pizza for $12.99 is what it was. They also have the 2 mediums for $5.99 each.
Saturday. $5.99 each, okay.
Yeah, so we had 2 mediums for that price.
Two mediums, they're each.
Yeah, so $5.99 each, 2 mediums. Maybe it's $6.99 each now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know, call and ask them.
Yeah.
What's the number? 734?
5143.
That'd be the best thing to do.
Yeah, in front of it.
Ask me while I'm eating a Skittle.
Yeah. The 4 and 3 is what we went by this week.
We may have a perfect week eventually, but...
Well, of course, we still had 2 local teams playing each other.
That's true, yeah, Danville and Mercer, so we weren't going to have a perfect week anyway, regardless of who won that game.
Yep.
But we get out of that now. I don't think we have any more area teams playing each other because it gets into district play in a couple of weeks, and we're kind of out of that mode the first couple of weeks where they're all playing each other. So
big win in the Swamp for UK. First time since 76-77. They beat Florida back-to-back.
Yeah, who would have thought 3 out of the last 4 years we'd be talking about Kentucky football beating Florida football.
And targeting that hit, that was ridiculous.
No, ridiculous.
They didn't call that. His head snapped back. They went back and looked at it, reviewed it. What were they looking at? I mean, that was plain and simple targeting.
Especially considering they called the same call last year in the game on a call that was not nearly as
violent or whatever.
Violent or whatever, whatever the word you want to use for it.
They hit him in the chin.
Oh, yeah.
And they said that to chin up, you're not allowed to
I don't know what they were looking at. You're right. But the Cats survived anyway. More than survived, they thrived, especially in the second half when they outscored, shut Florida out and outscored them, 16-0 in the second half?
Winningest coach in UK football history now. And I know one person that wanted him fired after his first year.
Well, I won't say his name.
I won't say his name either.
62 wins for Coach Stoops.
Yep.
So,
well, Joe, let's go ahead. And while we're talking about UK, let's talk with Coach Stoops, winningest football coach in UK history. Were you pleased with the effort Stoops' troops gave in the Swamp?
Very pleased with a lot of the game, and I felt like our coaching staff did a really good job putting us in a position to be successful. I felt like our players had a great week of preparation. We're very confident to go down there and play well. You always know it's going to be difficult and challenging, and we embraced that challenge, went out there and hit it head on and played a very good football game, and really appreciative to get away with a victory there. Get back here and get back to work, and now, we talked about last week increasing that intensity, and we're going to continue to focus on that, continue to focus on ourselves, continue to improve, and become a better football team. This week, we play Youngstown State, and that'll be another great challenge. That's a team with a very, very deep history of winning. Very good 1AA football program that's won an awful lot of games. It's won a lot of national championships that I've followed very closely, obviously during the Tressel years and how good Coach Tressel did, and my Uncle Bob being a longtime assistant coach there and winning many national championships with Coach Tressel. It's a program that I have a lot of respect and looking forward to the opportunity to compete against them here this Saturday, and really looking to get back on the practice field today and continue to build, continue to improve for a very long season.
Coach, I understand that Chris Rodriguez, your star running back, will be back to action October 1st against Mississippi.
How'd you know that? I just found out 10 minutes ago. Literally.
Coach, has Chris been staying in shape and working out?
Get him reps when we can. You know, Chris is wonderful because he wants to, like, he's competing on scout team. He goes down there, gets his reps down there. He's willing to do scout team, special teams. He's doing whatever he can to stay in shape, get those movements down with the run game, and continue to take reps with the first and second team offense when he can in certain situations. And so he's staying active and getting ready to go, and we'll continue to build with the running backs we have available.
That's Coach, winningest coach in UK football history, Mark Stoops. We are going to take a timeout. We come back, we'll have Danville Coach Peach and Center College Coach Fry. You're getting it on 99.5 FM, 103.9 FM, and streaming live at hometownlive.net. This is the Pigskin Report live at the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut. Call for the specials, 859-734-5143. Back after this timeout.
This Saturday, Coach Stoops and the Cats battle an out-of-conference bowl at Kroger Field. Youngstown State Penguins and your Kentucky Wildcats.
Touchdown, Kentucky! The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field.
If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes!
For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch. In Danville, see Bob Miller.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hey, this is Matt from Job Master Rental. Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Take advantage of our weekend special, 1-day rental from 3 p.m. on Friday to 8 a.m. on Monday morning. From all of us at Job Master, go Rebs, visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
Whitaker Bank is dedicated to providing exceptional banking experiences to our fellow Kentuckians. We live in the communities we serve, and we work diligently to serve the needs of our neighbors. This is Rita McIntyre, head teller and branch manager of the South Branch located at 928 South College Street in Harrodsburg. Stop in and let us put our experience and customer service to work for you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC.
This is the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. And now, back to the show.
Live from the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut, home of the 2 medium 1-topping pizzas for $5.99 each and a large 3-topping for $11.99. And you can get it here at the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut, home of Tim Biggs. Tim and Teresa are here, and so is Super Dave and Radio Rick and myself. And we'd love to have you come out and talk some high school football and eat some pizza with us. And you're invited out here till 7 o'clock tonight for those great deals. Before we get into the Danville head football coach, Mark Peach, Charlie Perry called me before the show began and wanted to know, Rick, if we could fit in an interview with Mike Tomlin, the Steelers head coach. What do you think? You think we got time for that?
No.
Don't think so?
No.
The Steelers got that win over the Bengals yesterday, so we wanted to talk to Coach Tomlin about that.
Well, that was a joke.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie, if you're listening, that's right.
Bengals choked.
That's right. All right, we'll just talk with Danville then. Danville head football coach Mark Peach. Coach, your defense played well in a 17-14 last play loss to Mercer County.
Oh, yeah, I was proud of our defense, Joe. I thought they did a great job. Really, they only had one drive the whole night. But you have to give it to Mercer County. I thought they made some plays. I mean, Thaddeus Mays was as good as advertised. I think it was the fourth game overall this season. He's rushed for over 100 yards by himself. So, but you know what? There's some good we can take from it. There's some things we can try to work on and correct to get better moving forward. So anyway, we'll just get back to work today and do our usual Monday preparation this week.
You were able to rush for 250-plus yards again on the ground, and it was Braden Boffman who had the big game for you all, Coach. And we know how good of a player Braden is. 12 carries, 120 yards, a couple of scores, 10 yards a carry. Of course, had that big 58-yard run, I think what it was, or 59-yard run there in the second quarter as well. And he's capable of some pretty explosive plays.
Yeah, I thought Braden had a great night, and Marty chipped in, and then Josh Bixler had some nice runs, So we had different guys chip in the run game. We were right at 300 yards total offense. We were able to do some things, but, unfortunately we had an interception. We had a fumble. We dropped a touchdown pass. We had some critical penalties, including that roughing the punter there at the end. So, listen, there's plenty of blame to go around on this one. So I'm just going to talk to the guys today about, really it's about moving forward. If you look at football, I mean, nothing's been decided in district play. Nothing's been decided, for the playoffs. So really it's just about us trying to learn as much as we can in terms of what to work on and get better. What do we do well and continue to do that and try and play our best football at the end of the season.
Coach, when you look at that fourth quarter, that crazy sequence there with about a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter, started off with a roughing the punter. Then I think there were 2 personal fouls and a sideline warning. By the time Mercer County ran their next play, they were inside the 10. Your defense again did their job. They stopped Mercer County. There's confusion there on fourth down, whether or not Mercer County is going to get the field goal unit on the field. They get a false start. That backs them up 5 yards. Tell us about that situation and why you called a timeout there.
No, we just thought, at the end there, it's supposed to be, you wind the clock ready for play, but the ball was set and the clock wasn't moving. So, we called a timeout just so we could ice the kicker and try to get an explanation on that. It really didn't, but we get field goal block team out there, 2 guys came free, just like we thought, but we just didn't block it. So, listen, those situations can happen at the very end of the game, but. When you look at the total picture, we just made too many mistakes leading up all to that. Things that I already mentioned before, and all these things are correctable. So, listen, I'm going to talk to the guys about today. You look at college football, this weekend, great example, App State, Georgia Southern, Marshall going to Notre Dame, beating them. I mean, in football, you just have to bring your best each time you go out and perform. Otherwise, your opponent, if they do, then it could be a long night for you.
You've got this Atherton team coming in here now Friday, Coach. This is a big 5A school. They went 6-6 last year. We were supposed to play them last season, but there was a COVID cancellation on their side. And now you get to host them this year. What do you know about this Atherton Ravens? Let's start off with their offense.
Yeah, they're outstanding. Have a great quarterback. Does a really nice job with their offense. Number 8, number 25, a really good running back. Number 10 is their best receiver. They've moved the ball on everybody they've played. They're really playing well right now. They blew out Thomas Nelson here recently in their last game. Played a very solid Kentucky Country Day Class A team and really played them well the entire game. So we'll certainly have our work cut out for us this week.
Defensively, Coach, what do you expect to see out of Atherton's defense?
Yeah, I mean, they play a lot of, 34, kind of a 5-2, 34, 2 safety look. Again, they're Very athletic. They run to the ball well, have good size. Listen, they're about 60 kids. They have about 1,400 kids in that school. They're 5A, so well coached. Coach White has been, building this program, and they were very competitive last year, and they're very competitive again this year. So, I'm glad we kind of got to see, Thaddeus Mays, last week, because they have a quarterback that'll be very similar in his playmaking ability.
So they have pretty good speed then?
Oh, yes. I mean, tremendous team speed, individual speed. All the guys that I mentioned are all have really good speed. So, I mean, offense, defense, and special teams, So we'll certainly have to, execute in all three phases to have a chance to win Friday.
Coach, what's the keys to a victory on Friday night to move your Admirals to 3-2?
Yeah. I mean, again, can we run the football? Can we stop the run? What's the turnover margin? And then in the kicking game, you don't have to be flashy, just be steady, and if we do those things, we'll have every opportunity to win the game.
And that was Coach Peach of Danville. Let's switch to college gear here at Center College. Coach Fry, another game, another win. Does winning ever get boring to you?
No. No. I mean, the objective is to win. So that's part of what I hope we can give to these young men, that if you work hard, you do all the virtues that great men and women that normally or fortunately you come ahead, and that's the objective, is to come ahead, win.
The game go about like you thought it would?
Yeah, somewhat. Our defense played much better than I had expected, though I knew they would play well. They had a quarterback that could extend plays. He's young, but he's really athletic, and we held him to 40-some yards rushing, 50 yards. Against Berry, I think they put some numbers up, and so I was fearful of that a little bit because I knew they could extend plays with the quarterback. The running back ran hard and played well against Berry, but I think they had a total of 144 yards of offense. So the game was closer than what the stats said. The stats, we had 300-some yards offense. They had 144, our time of possession, everything. But it was still close. I mean, I think the fake punt that we ran kind of opened the game up, in the third quarter. It just, we had to kind of scheme it a little bit. We just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. We'd move the ball, and then we'd have a penalty, move the ball, have a breakdown, move the ball, and then have a penalty or something. That's what you do when you're young sometimes, So that was frustrating. But we got 2 weeks now to prepare for our next game. So this is where we hope to make the greatest improvement, for the season. The first 3 weeks of the season is where you make your greatest improvements. And so we got to take advantage of that.
Did you come out okay health-wise after the game?
Somewhat. I mean, I'm glad we have an open date because we've got, a couple starters. We lost one that's going to be for a while. Cole Littleton is a real good wide receiver, and he's one of our returners. He fractured his leg, so I'm hoping we can get him back by the last part of the season. I hate to see a senior lose his senior season. Those are the ones that really bother me because this is their last hurrah. They put so much time and effort into preparation and so much time and effort into what they believe in, which is center football, and then all of a sudden, it's taken away. It's just those are the things that hurt me. Hurts him too, obviously.
Yeah. What will you work on this week?
We're really going to emphasize two things: the fundamentals and the techniques of our position all throughout. Defensive line, we've got to be better at, making sure that we get our calls, our alignments, our keys, our blow delivery, and then all through every position. And then secondly, special teams. I really want to make sure that there's an emphasis in the techniques of our special teams. Quite honestly, our special teams have won the games for the last two weeks. I mean, that was big. The punt, one of our kickoff returns set up a score. Our punt return set up a score. Our punt, not punt return, but our punt fake. And we're connecting. We're 100% on field goals and extra points, and that's big. So those are the things that win. People think that's part of just not that important, but those are huge. And if you can win the special teams, then if offense or defense wins, then hopefully you'll come out.
So it sounds like this week you work on the kernels. Next week you start on trying.
That's right. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. We're going to work on kernels and make us better, and then we'll be ready for the trying game.
That was center coach Andy Fry. That's, again, another winningest coach in Center College football history.
Yeah.
Now we got the winningest coach in UK football history.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of history in Central Kentucky.
Yeah, you got both on the show, both of our local college coaches, the winningest coach in their respective programs. Pretty cool. Didn't think about that.
And if you want to get out of the burger rut, hit the Hut for pizza. What, two
mediums, one topping, $5.99 each. Large, 3 topping, $11.99. I think the large specialty for $12.99. You can do what Tim and Teresa did, though. They got the Chicago deep dish. And Tim's saying it's real good. And then they got like extra pizza sauce on the side, so you can put the sauce on top of it. So Tim said it's all real good. So try out the Tim Big Special, which is Chicago deep dish pizza. I have no idea how much that is. That's the Tim Big Special. He keeps that price a secret.
That's right. Yeah. And he wants to keep it to himself, too.
Exactly right. He didn't want to tell anybody about it.
That's right. Well, we're going to tell you this. We're going to take a time out, and we'll be back with Mercer Coach Yeast and Garrett Coach Crutchfield. You are getting a Pizza Hut Pigskin Report live on 103.9 FM, 99.5 FM, and hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
CC Auto Parts and Service.
CC Auto Parts and Service is open for your service and parts needs. CC Auto Parts and Service are offering pickup and delivery for all your auto repairs as well as parts. They have a pay over the phone option if needed. CC Auto Parts and Service are concerned for everyone's well-being and are doing their best at keeping a sanitary and healthy environment. Give them a call at 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service. Service is the difference. We get it.
This is Jesse Johnson, Senior Vice President of Whitaker Bank's newest branch, located in downtown Danville at 218 West Main Street. Whatever your banking needs, Whitaker Bank is here to help. Give us a call at 859-236-9822 to discuss your options and let us put our experience and customer service to work. We look forward to speaking with you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field.
If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes!
For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch. In Danville, see Bob Miller.
Ever notice how happy a bird looks perched on your power line? The reason the bird can sit on the power line is that he isn't touching the ground or any other grounded object. We, on the other hand, can't afford to be so carefree. So when you're working outside, the folks at your local electric cooperative remind you to avoid power lines. Always look up and to all sides before hoisting metal ladders and tree pruners into position. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
This is the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. And now, back to the show.
And back to the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut. Brady Rick and Joe Mathis, Super Dave, and Tim and Teresa. And Joe, besides pizza, they have zesty Italian salads. They got chicken Caesar. They got chicken garden, side garden, and sandwiches. I got the Black Forest ham and cheese, and that was really good. And you got the chicken parmesan.
The chicken parm, yeah.
Super Dave.
Chicken parm was really good. I never had a chicken parm from here before, but it's their boneless wings. It has garlic Parmesan sauce on it. They put some Parmesan cheese on top of it too, some pizza sauce. It was really good.
And
very good.
Speaking of good, they got some good French fries here. If you've not tried them, you can.
Fries are great.
Get them here at Pizza Hut. All right, let's get a hold of Mercer coach Craig Yeast. What a game. A fantastic walk-off win, hitting a 32-yard field goal to beat Danville 17-14.
Yeah, kudos to our players, our coaches, their families, all the hard work everybody's put in. Our young men played really, really hard in the game. Our coaches coached hard. That last play, we fought. And I felt like there were times in the game where we could have took total control of the game, and we made undisciplined plays, but we had a good snap, we had a good hold, we had a good kick, and that ended the game for us with the win, so we'll take the win.
And I believe you said this is only the second game he's kicked in varsity?
It's only his second varsity kick in the game. Now, he kicks off, so you can see that we have a young man that Gavin now has got more confidence. Now he's consistently kicking the ball in the end zone, which really helps our defense. and he's our longer field goal kicker. And Jace Kokenauer is our punter, and he kicks the field goals, the extra point.
Wow, that's quite a weapon to have, and especially high school. I mean, that's 32 yards?
Yes, it's 32-yard field goal to win the game. And, I mean, we squeaked it in over the inside of the left upright, but he had plenty of legs. I mean, he could have kicked it and made that from about 45. That's the thing about him. He's got 50-plus legs.
Wow. Boy, that's dangerous for high school, isn't it?
Absolutely. And at some point, we can use him as a weapon for us, and we get the ball in scoring position. The more confident he is, and we can line up and kick some longer field goals and hopefully knock them through.
Well, Coach, your schedule doesn't get any easier. You've played some traditional powers with Lexington Christian. You played Danville. Now you got Southwestern. You have to go there. Tell us what you know about Southwestern's offense.
They're just a tough, hard-nosed group of young men that are coached extremely well. They have a great culture down there at Southwestern in Somerset, Pulaski County. And They got a couple young men that can make plays. They got a good little quarterback. They have a running back that really runs the ball hard and physical. Their offensive line, they really come off and create opportunities for the backs to hit holes and get to the next level. They climb to the next level on the offensive line. Like, they're really well coached. They play extremely hard. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and they're the type of team that the more disciplined you are, the better the game is. But if you're undisciplined, before you know it, the game can get out of hand because they're going to play very sound, fundamental disciplined football.
Southwestern traditionally has always had a really hard-running quarterback, solid, and some good running backs as well.
Yeah, and they are still the same. They're still very physical. They have some really good athletes playing quarterback and running back and receiver. So it's going to be a really, really tough game for us to come out of there with a win.
What do you feel like Southwestern's going to try to do to you on your offense with their defense?
I think they're just going to do what they do. They're going to line up and they're going to play their style of defense, and they're going to read their keys, and they're just going to try to run to the football and tackle all of our guys to the ground. But I assume that they're going to definitely try to take the run game away from our quarterback and our running backs and try to make us throw the football or something. I don't know, but I anticipate them lining up and playing and doing what they do defensively and saying, you're going to make more mistakes than we are, and you got to beat us. And that's what I anticipate them doing.
All right, what about special teams? How do you match up in that category?
Well, I think the special teams, I think they're solid. They cover well. They run down in their lane. They have good, very good kickers and punters. So they do a really good job in special teams. And for the most part, I think we're doing a better job in special teams. But again, it's like the same thing I say every week. We want our special teams to help us win games or win us the game and not put us in a position to lose the game. So we have to be very solid because they're going to be very solid in their special teams game as well.
Coach, last question. What's it going to take for Mercer County to come back home with a victory over Southwestern?
We're going to have to play more disciplined football than what we played on Friday night and the last 3 games prior to that. And we're going to have to play harder than the other team. At the end of the day, like I tell our kids all the time, we don't have to be the biggest. We don't have to be the strongest. We don't have to be the more athletic. But we can go out there and play with more effort and more energy and play harder than the other team, and that will always give us a chance to win.
Are you pretty healthy going into the game?
We feel pretty good. Don't know if the same kids that were out last week, don't know if they're going to make it back, but it'll be we'll go through this week and see how it goes and see if we can get a couple young men back. But if not, we're pretty healthy with the guys that we have already on the field. Go Titans.
Gavin Wilson's one that kicked the winning field goal for you. And I believe you said this is only the second game he's kicked in varsity?
I guess it was only the second game he's kicked in varsity.
He kicked, and he gets a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, he was right about his leg. It would have been good from 40-plus, 45 or so.
He said he's got a 40 to 50-yard leg.
Yeah, he proved it there on Friday. It was a phenomenal kick there, all circumstances considered. Let's go from Mercer County to Lancaster and talk with Garrett County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. And, Coach, it was a 20-14 loss to Western Hills. How did the team play?
Well, we played well at times. We shot ourselves in the foot a lot by making some mental mistakes and missing blocking assignments that would have sprung us for a little bit bigger gains and maybe a couple more touchdowns. But overall we feel like we're getting better. We just got to make sure that we're cleaning things up, and we got to worry about us, that we're doing things fundamentally consistently in practice and make sure we're getting better day in and day out.
How do you think the rushing game is doing with the absence of Austin Adams over the last couple of weeks?
Well, I mean, we had right at 200 yards rushing, and obviously that's a big hit to us. He's one of our guys that can go and take it the distance, and not only missing Austin, but we've been missing Cam Peak as well the last 2 weeks. So, Malachi stepped up and carried the load for us. He had 144 the other night, and we're there. We're getting there. We got to make sure that we're consistent up front and make sure we're staying on our blocks. And if we can learn to finish the plays, we're going to have a little bit more success.
Yeah, defense looks like starting to improve as well, Coach. And, the offense, you said, is improving. Defense, this is the least number of points you've given up in a game this year, only 20 points you gave up. Yeah,
defensively, we're starting to fly around a little bit more, starting to get more guys to the football. And, alignment and assignment-wise, we're getting there. We had a lot less breakdowns in the last couple of weeks as far as just getting the line right and correctly. And, we're getting there. It's just step by step. And, we're, like I've told our guys, we're not in it for moral victories. But, I feel like we're getting better each week. And, hopefully we give ourselves an opportunity to win a game this Friday.
You got Anderson County this Friday. This is a team that exploded for 54 points against Breckenridge County a couple of nights ago. The most points they've scored in the game in nearly a year when they put up 63 on J-Town last season. Mark Palmer is their head coach. They are a team we know that loves to run the football. What do you expect to see out of this Anderson County Bearcat offense?
Well, I mean, they do what they do. They get in there and they try to get they run a couple different versions of power sweep and buck sweep, and they're going to try to get more hats to the point of attack than you do. And if you're not fundamentally sound and you don't have your run fits right, it can be a long night for you because they can go 4 and 5 yards a pop and just keep the ball from you. So we know we have our hands full. It's a tough look because you don't see it very often, and they're going to run the football, and if we don't stop the run, it's going to be a long night.
Now, Camden Higgins is their guy in the backfield, 42 attempts, 654 yards, and 8 touchdowns, but he's also their best pass catcher as well. He by far and away leads the team in receiving yards, in pass receptions. He has one of the 2 receiving touchdowns this year, so Camden Higgins, who wears number 4, he looks like a big-time player for the Bearcats.
Yeah, absolutely. He's tough. He's a tough runner. He's hard to bring down. You're not going to arm tackle him, and he's got a little top-end speed as well and very shifty in the hole, so a heck of a back, and we know we have our hands full with him, and they do some different things and try to put him in different spots to stress your defense. So got to give Coach Palmer a lot of credit getting him the ball where he needs it.
This defense, Coach, they've only forced 1 turnover the entire year. That was a fumble recovery earlier this season. What do you expect to see out of this Anderson County defense?
Well, they're super aggressive. They get after you. They're going to bring a lot of pressure, and they're going to get upfield and try to create havoc in the backfield. We got to make sure that we sustain blocks. Like I told you earlier, we got to worry about us. We can't worry about anybody else. We got to understand our rules and block our rules each play. And if we're able to sustain blocks and block our rules and have clean up a lot of things, we're going to have some success.
Coach, what's the keys to a victory for your Golden Lions over Anderson County to get win number 1 in the season this Friday?
Well, we got to make sure we're getting better day in, day out this week, and each time we step on the field, we got to make sure that we're locked in and focused, and make sure we're being assignment sound, and make sure that we understand what we're supposed to do, and then go out and execute that.
That's Cary County head football coach Spencer Crutchfield. His Golden Lions, tough loss there on Friday to Western Hills. Hey, if you're looking for dinner, today's the day. Tonight's the night to stop by Harrodsburg Pizza Hut. We're here live until 7 o'clock, and you can come say hi to Tim Biggs and Teresa and Super Dave and Radio Rick and myself, and grab yourself a pizza. They've got 2 pizzas for $5.99 each, 2 medium 1 toppings for $5.99 each. You can also get a large 3 topping for $11.99. The Chicago deep dish, or whatever the style that Tim got, he's a big fan of that. And we all got sandwiches at this table. We were a sandwich table today. Super Dave and myself got the chicken parm. Radio Rick got the Black Forest sub. They've got great French fries here. So stop by the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut and come by and say hi. We'd love to meet you, talk some high school football with us. We're here every Monday night through the early parts of December talking high school football, and hopefully as we continue on throughout the season talking about the playoffs and the state football championship, hoping and assuming we have a team go that far. Well, step aside. We'll come back. We'll talk Lincoln County football with head football coach Josh Jaggers and Boyle County football with Rebel head coach Justin Haddix. It's all coming up right after this commercial break right here on the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, live from the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut on 99.5 FM WHBN, 103.9 FM WHIR, and HometownLive.net.
That's right.
Is your vehicle in need of maintenance or repair? Perhaps you work a full-time job, have kids to run here and there, and can't be without your vehicle for days. We at CC Auto understand. We offer free pickup and delivery and same-day service on most all repairs. Let us take some of the load off your shoulders. Call CC Auto now at 734-9515. 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
This is Jason Tyler, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. Communication is key. That has always been my motto. Communicating with my customers, finding the best rate, and keeping my customer informed during the entire loan process is something that you can count on. Call me today at 859-734-3316 and let Whitaker Bank help you with your lending needs. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to HometownLive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at HometownLive.net. That's HometownLive.net.
Hey, this is Matt from Job Master Rental. Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Take advantage of our weekend special, 1-day rental from 3 p.m. on Friday to 8 a.m. on Monday morning. From all of us at Job Master, go Rebs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
If you use electric appliances in the bathroom, garage, or outdoors, any place where moisture is present, you need a GFCI. The folks at your local electric cooperative want you to know that a GFCI, or ground fault circuit interrupter, will help you use those appliances safely by protecting you from electrical shocks. If you'd like to learn more about GFCIs, call your local electric cooperative. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
This Saturday, Coach Stoops and the Cats battle an out-of-conference foe at Kroger Field. Youngstown State Penguins and your Kentucky Wildcats.
Touchdown, Kentucky! The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
This is the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report. And now, back to the show.
We are live at the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut for the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, talking high school and college football.
That's right.
And eating pizza or sandwiches if you want sandwiches. They got great sandwiches here. Eating pizza or sandwiches at the same time. And let's go to Stanford, talk with Lincoln County head football coach Josh Jaggers. And, Coach, you had another tough game versus a good Bell County team going back and forth. That Bell ended up winning 40-30.
Well, they played really well. We really did. I mean, we left the 3 other touchdowns on the board inside the 10-yard line. Just kind of a shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, the first drive, we drive down all the way and kind of had just a fumbled snap that ended up pushing us back a little bit. And then later on in the fourth quarter, they talk about how the game, it's always been set out the game of inches, and it literally is. I mean, Sawyer played his guts out. All the boys did, really. And then Seth had a great game, and we were running a little pop pass that we had hit 2 or 3 other times in the second half. And this kid from Bell, one time when we're going in to tie it up again, he ends up just getting a fingernail on it. And then, with about 50 seconds left, I'm going to be a little bit biased, but he was laying across the goal line. We still had a chance for an onside kick, but it was called that he wasn't in. But, that's how it goes. But no, these guys are getting better, and they're finding themselves and depending on all kinds of new guys out there, and they just battled. And we had another shot right there within our grasp to beat a dang good football team that, needless to say, is known throughout the state as the Blue Blood.
Well, Sawyer Horton had a big game for you all, Coach. He threw 2 touchdowns, ran for 1. Connor Davis had a couple of touchdown catches as well. We've talked about Sawyer just about every Monday, but what a player he is and continues to get better.
Yes, he is. And he's willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, the other night, truth be told, he threw for, what was it exactly?
285.
285. Yeah, I knew it was right there, 280, 290. And then a lot of the stuff that he was doing was he was RPOing, and just off a couple simple RPOs we do off our 2 base run schemes. I know it sounds simple, and it is, but I've kind of given him the go ahead. But here he is, a 2-year starter, and played quite a bit as a freshman. I said, you see this thing out there better than I do. As far as seeing right there, you're in the fire. If you see something, take it. And he obviously did a real good job in the run game. So he's just steady, and he just battles. He doesn't get too. I've said this numerous times, but he doesn't get too high. He never gets too down. He's pretty even keeled all the time. So he played his butt off.
Well, you got East Jessamine coming up on Friday. This is a team that also is looking for their first win of the season, and they've struggled a little bit offensively this year. They haven't scored more than 3 touchdowns in a game. Their quarterback is also their main running back, or he's going to, he handles the ball every play, obviously, because he's the quarterback, but he can take off and run. That's Justin Heisel. What do you know about this East Jessamine offense?
Yeah, you said it. We're kind of in the same boat. From win-loss record, and then, they depend on their quarterback a lot. They've got real good skill kids. I was watching some of the film from last year, and I know they always got some speed, and they played some good people. They opened up with great crossings, and they played Shelby County. They were up on Rock, and then Rock came back. I think they were up on Rock 2 or 3 touchdowns, and then Rockcastle came back. And then, they had and they played Dunbar as well. So they're kind of like us from the standpoint that, they haven't played Cupcake City by any means. And they're an 0-4 team. They had a lot of other people's schedule will probably be sitting at 2-2 at worst, So, and then, last year, same kind of thing. I think they rolled in and they were sitting at 0-4. And their first and only win last year, came against us. And so it's a big game. Obviously, homecoming, and which is a big deal, and is always an exciting week. And we definitely got to contain him because, as you said, he makes them go, and he kind of reminds me a little bit of a younger version of Pulaski's quarterback, where he's not afraid to tuck it and go. He'll check here, check there, and take off. And but he's got some weapons out wide, and I know they're looking to get on the board just like we are.
Yeah. What do you expect out of their defense?
They're playing an odd front defense. Real athletic. They, again, size wise, they're not not overly big, but they try to just stick and move. They're going to play in an odd front 50, and they'll bump their backers and kind of go to a stack look every now and then as well. But they're always bringing a 4th or 5th hitter, and which is kind of what we're trying to do as well. Sometimes you can sit in your base defense, read, react, and your kids are good at that. And sometimes you're better off bringing the house, and you just don't know where it's coming from, bringing those different rushers. So, but yeah, they'll base out of the 50. Really and truly, we're kind of looking at a similar version of ourselves. Really, as far as schematics go, they. Coach Bowen, who does a good job up there, he's had some rough years, but he's also had some dang good years. Being up there and playing a lot of schools around Lexington. They've been wing T for years, and they've kind of gone more to a true not want to say air raid, but they've gone to a more true spread with set, and they'll do some wing tee schematics out of there as far as the run game goes, and then some play action passes. But he's doing the same thing. He's got a different kind of crop of kids this year, and he's adjusting to what he's got. They're trying to find their way as well.
That was Lincoln coach Jaggers. He's that voice. He's got a lot of his dad's voice in him.
Oh, yeah,
Jaggers.
he does.
A lot of people in Mercer County would remember him. All right, let's go across the county line to Boyle County. Coach Haddock's the final score was 31-17 over Henderson County, but that was not indicative of how close this game really was.
Oh, no, they're a quality football team. 17-17 start to fourth. They had a lot of momentum. Just proud of our guys the way we continued to fight and end up pulling out.
Speaking of that, I watched on the sidelines after the third quarter ended. Dalton Stone was really animated on that sideline, and I think that's what you look for from your seniors, of getting attention, say, come on, we need to get this and go. I thought that was really an important part there.
Yeah, and if you noticed at the end of the game, after we won, we get in a circle and I give a talk, and Dalton stood up and talked. And those are things that you want out of your senior leaders and out of your team, and some things that, Dalton Stone didn't carry the ball, I don't think, one time the other night. But he made on fourth down, I pulled it up and showed it to our team. Here's fourth down, and he makes a big-time block, gets us the first down, big play in the game. Something that maybe on the stat sheet you may not see, maybe people in the stands, the newspaper's not writing about it, but that was a big play in the ball game. And, we say it all the time, coach-led teams can be good, player-led teams can be great. And, we wholeheartedly believe that.
Offense wins you games, defense wins you championships, and his defense has really gone up a notch this year. He is really one of your big leaders.
Yeah, he should be, and he's that guy. He gets us lined up. He does this. We put a lot on him, and obviously he loves it, and he wants to be there. He wants to be a part of it, and he's doing great things.
Now I got to ask you one question about the punt that Sage Dawson didn't. He ended up running it deep in your territory. Was that called punt, or does he?
No, that wasn't called. That was just kind of a thing there. Protection was an issue, miscommunication a little bit. But, hey, they made a play. We continued to fight, and they scored. They got momentum. We took the game over in the fourth quarter.
What can you say about Tavy Quisenberry? 4 touchdowns and an interception. What a difference maker.
Yeah, he's a special guy, and got him the ball. I think he touched the ball 10 times, which, Avery touched it. We were looking, I think, 15. Sage ran it, I think, 13 or 15 times. And we've kind of got touches on we need to get this guy this many touches during the game. And obviously he made the most of his. But they've got to honor some other things, too, for him to make those plays. And offensive line protected. Sage took some shots. He stood in there and made some great throws.
And what weapons you have that people, they can't shut down you. And I love the way that you sent Ziesmer out for a pass at one time. Mm-hmm. And if that ball was on target, I think he had 6.
Yeah, we've got some weapons that we can use, and Tommy's probably, if you're running in a straight line, he would be maybe the fastest, if not in the top 2 or 3 on our team. So we try to spread the ball around our athletes.
Boy, you sure give the upcoming team something to think and worry about, Coach.
Yeah, we move around and do a lot of formations with some motions and all that, kind of give people things they got to worry about. So we just got to execute better. That's one thing kind of going on. There's some execution things. Some of that has to do to, obviously, you're playing good people, but others just mental mistakes that we've made, and we've got to clean those up.
Now, one of my favorite plays you used last year, you haven't done it this year, was you line up all 11 players, one behind the other. I just love that.
Yeah, when we kind of get in that alignment.
Yeah,
that
the defense, where do I go? Who do I love it. And then you guys run to their positions. All right, I'm waiting for that.
It tough as far as getting lined up. You may have to. It may come out this week. You never know.
Okay. All right. I won't say a word, Coach. How's the health of your team?
Good. We're healthy. We're ready to go.
Well, one word I will say about Bowling Green. What a trek to have to go there. And what do you know about their offense?
They really got the quarterback back. He started his first game last year against us as a freshman. He's a lot more comfortable in what he does. They did lose some D linemen that were stacked last year, but they have some really good defensive backs, and it's not like they're slouches on the D-line. It's just they're young and inexperienced, kind of like us, so on the O-line. So it'll be a challenge for us up front. They do a great job in the secondary. We've got to be able to complete the easy balls and go make plays when the ball's in there.
Are they a big on the line, big team? Do they have some speed?
They do. They've got one big D lineman. He plays O-line also. He's 6'4", almost 300 pounds. So he's on the O-line. Other than that, that's really the big size. I think it's 250 pounds and under. But they're really good athletes, and they move and get to the ball. They're really well coached.
What about defensive? What do you think they're going to try to throw at Sage?
They mix up. They do what they do. They're kind of like us. This is what defense they play. There's no secrets really. They're going to get to the ball. They're going to stop the run, and everybody's going to get to the ball.
What about special teams? What do you see there?
Special teams, they got a really good kicker. He puts the ball in the end zone. He's also, he can make 45, 50-yarders, field goals, but they feel comfortable with him. They've got a really good kicker and punter.
Last question, Coach. What is going to be the keys for a Boyle County victory come home at Bowling Green?
Big thing always, just limit the big play. We got to make them drive the ball. When you're going on an away game, this is going to be our first really true away game. We've got to be able to handle the environment, which is great. We're going on a trip. And, you can't turn the ball over. In those games, I said, we've been winning the turnover battle, but we've turned it over on offense, and we can't do that. Go Rebels.
That was Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddocks, who has now coached 30 games at Boyle County. His record is 29-1 in those 30 games. I asked him about that this morning in our interview, and he just kind of chuckled and said, I've had some good players to coach. But he certainly has done his fair share as well. Get that 29-1 record through his first 30 games as Rebel head coach. Here's what we have the lineup on Friday for high school football in the area. We'll start off with games we have on the Hometown Radio Network. Atherton is at Danville. That's a 7:30 kickoff on 103.9 FM WHIR. That is a 5A school in Atherton coming down here to Danville to take on the Admirals for a 7:30 kickoff. Mercer County is at Southwestern, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. We've got Anderson County at Garrett County, 7:30 kickoff. You can hear that at hometownlive.net. And Boyle County travels to Bowling Green. Now pay attention, Rebel fans. This is a 30-minute later start. 8 o'clock is the kickoff time. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, and we'll have that game on Z105. It's Radio Rick and the Big Daddy will make that trek down to Bowling Green to bring you coverage of that game. Other area teams, Casey County is at Adair County. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff for Casey County and Adair. And East Jessamine is at Lincoln County, 7:30 kickoff for that game as well. This is going to give the Patriots a good chance maybe to get their first win of the season, but East Jessamine may be saying the same thing. The East Jessamine Jaguars looking for their first win of the season as well. That's a 7:30 kickoff there at Lincoln County. Saturday, you've got two games, actually one game. Center College has a bye on Saturday, so they will not play this Saturday. But you have Youngstown State at UK. Our coverage starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's a 12 o'clock kickoff on Z105 WRNZ-FM. It's back-to-back home games for the Cats. They host Youngstown State this Saturday. They have Northern Illinois next Saturday. We just found out that Northern Illinois game will start at 7 o'clock next Saturday evening, the 24th. They pushed that game back to a primetime game for Northern Illinois and UK.
Well, yeah, you got a top 10 team now.
Yep. Yeah, top 10 team playing at home against Northern Illinois. So they got to take care of Youngstown State first. Again, that's Saturday, 10 o'clock pregame, 12 noon on Z105. The Harrodsburg Pizza Hut is the place to go when you're looking for great food. Every Monday night from 6 o'clock until 7, we have the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report live right here from the Harrodsburg Pizza Hut. 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, yours for $5.99 each. A large 3-topping for $11.99. A large specialty for $12.99.
That's going to do it. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Robert, back at the station, for Super Dave and Tim and Teresa and Joe. This is Rick. Get out and be good sports fans. It's been another live sports presentation on the Hometown Radio Network. We'll be back, Harrodsburg Pizza, next Monday. We're here 5 till 7, live on the air from 6 till 7. WHBN 99.5, WHIR 103.9. and hometownlive.net.
This has been the Pizza Hut Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents in Danville and Harrodsburg, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Jobmaster Rental, and Pizza Hut. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and hometownlive.net.
It's 7 o'clock. with a vigil in Scotland today. The Senate Minority Leader is blaming Democrats for inflation.
The American people know who created this mess. They remember quite well how Washington Democrats spent the spring of 2021 dining out on left-wing spending and leaving taxpayers to pick up the bill.
Kentucky Republican Mitch McConnell took to the Senate floor again to claim Democrats' reckless spending is the reason for soaring inflation. The top spokesman for the Kremlin says Russia's war with Ukraine will go on. Dmitry Peskov said it'll continue until its goals are accomplished. Russia has been referring to the conflict as a special military operation. 2 people are in critical condition after a plane crash in southeast Texas. Officials say a single-engine plane went down in Waller County this afternoon near the Soaring Club of Houston. The club is normally used by gliders, and the area of the crash is mostly in rural ranch land. An investigation is underway. Fewer Americans are concerned about being exposed to